Hello everyone, Hammers Poles, Fever's view, final view of the season, and it's been amazing, mate. What a game, what a game, what a performance, what a team, what a manager, everything. Like all the boys deserve untold amount of credit. They've been phenomenal. They've been phenomenal. Pablo Fornals today stepped up, and that's the Pablo Fornals I want to see every week. And yeah, absolute first class from start to finish. Wasn't good 30 minutes. Like it was heavy duty, our going, and we was massively under pressure, and we could have been a goal down, if not 2-0 down. But we read it out. We got the goal. Then the floodgates opened, and then we grabbed the other two. Um, this is sort of like a season defining for us, I believe. I believe if we go out in the summer and we spend the money in the right areas, West Ham can be a top six, top eight team for years to come. We've got to seize the moment now, and I'm very adamant on that. We need to sort of make sure that when we do go on this European tour, that we've got the bodies. Scott's just said here, we're all going on a European tour. Totally agree, mate. Totally agree. Yeah, the boys been first class, absolute first class. I'm proud. I'm a proud West Ham fan. I've seen this club go from misery, like from relegations, administrations, losing our best players in '03, to getting relegated in 11, getting promoted in 12, and then we've been there 9 years ever since. So yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. But I don't want us to stop. I want us to keep going. I want us to keep producing, and we need bodies at this club, and we do. Right, we need bodies in lots of different areas. We need a striker at the club. We need a goalkeeper at the club. We need a left back. We need a midfielder. And that's to start off with. And if we do get the right bodies in, we can be a force. And I personally think Moyes is building something at this club. I really do. I think it's a slow burner. I think he's getting the boys on side. And they've all put their shift in to a point. Do you know what I mean? I've had debates with different players and different things, but as a whole, football is a team game. It's not an individual game. And all the boys are putting a team effort this season, and I can't thank them enough. Like, if we would have rolled back a year ago to August, the first game of the season against Newcastle, and us losing that game, and basically losing that game and looking like relegation favourites, candidates, uh, and said that you're going to get European football, no one would have believed you. No one would have believed you. They would have thought you was probably on drugs. So yeah, but I can't fault them. I can't fault the lads. They've done absolutely first class. I think it all began at the Spurs away game. We went 3-0 down. I think that's where the spark happened. We got good results at Leicester and Wolves, granted, but I think that resilience of being down and coming back sort of put into the boys to say, you know what, whenever we are losing, we can always come back and win. So yeah, we've been down before in a few games this season. We've come back and turned it around and either won the game or drew the game. So yeah, to me, my player of the year is Kafal. I'm just going to say it openly right now. Declan Rice has been very, very good. Excellent captain, excellent leader. It's been absolute top draw. And I love Mark Noble, but Mark Noble's never been world class. Declan Rice is a world class DM, and we have to keep this man. The fear is if Man City come in and offer 100 million, are our owners likely to accept it? Most probably. So it's a bit of a worry in summer. Do I think he goes this summer? I don't believe so. But let's hope he stays here for a hell of a long time, because if we can keep this lad at the club and give him the football that he needs, then we can go places 100%. David Moyes, his backroom staff, they have to take a lot of credit for all of this. A lot of people wasn't a fan of Moyes when he come in. Like, a lot of people were sceptical. The first time round, it was a cheap signing, like cheap and cheerful, get us out of relegation and keep us in the league, and we'll see what happens at the end of the year. They went for Pellegrini, it didn't work out. They went back to Moyes, and Moyes is slowly rebuilding his reputation now as a top manager, and with the right tools, this man can go a long, long way with the backing, and he needs to be backed. He needs to be given a contract. He needs to be backed, and he needs to have the funds to go and get the players that he wants, not who our owners want. So yeah, David Moyes, untold amount of credit. I'm going to give a little shout out to a couple of people on his backroom staff. Alan Irvine. When we got hit with COVID last year, the team could have collapsed. Alan Irvine come in. He got a home win against Wolves and a away win against Leicester. Two teams that we never beat, really, and we've done a double over both of them this season. Absolute top draw when he come in. He got the boys together until Moyes come back. Moyes comes back, and then we go and draw 3-3 with Spurs in one of the best games, in my opinion, of the season for us, like for a comeback. But Alan Irvine takes a lot of credit. Kevin Noland, another one. I think that man's sort of presence there. He's an ex-player. He's still like a player, but he's like a coach. He's got a coaching role, and the togetherness and the spirit of this team is absolutely first class. I've never seen a spirit like this for a long time, for a hell of a long time, if ever. Like, it's always been egos at the club, or big time Charlies, or people just coming for to finish their careers out and getting paid for it. Do you know what I mean? It seems like we've got a good group of lads who are all pushing the same direction, all want the same things. And yeah, I just absolutely first class from all the backroom staff, all of them. Moyes himself, he's done good. He's done good. He needs to. The only thing I will say is when he's up against these top 6 teams, he's got to be a bit more positive, because we are a good team, and he sets up in a way that he doesn't want to lose, but he's scared to win, so to speak. So yeah, like for me, he's been top class, and he's done a great job. The players, like the new signings, Ben Rama's been okay. I ain't gonna say he's been wonderful and he's been like world class, but he hasn't been as bad as people make out. First season, you'll know more next season with him, with the right players around him. Jesse Lingard coming in January, I think he's been absolutely first class. He's lost his way in the last few games. I'll give him that. And this man has to be signed. He has to be signed, sealed, and delivered in the summer window. If we're going to progress, he needs to be a part of it, providing he wants to be here. Vladimir Kufal. What can I say about that man? 5.4 million, come from the Czech league. No one had ever heard of him, and he took to the Premier League like a duck to water. Like, I'm sorry, but he's the best right back in the league this season. Like, people can say Cancelo, people can say other players, but for the value of how much the man costs, he's the best right back in the league for me. He does it right. He knows how to defend, and he's good at it. And yeah, he's been top draw. Craig Dawson, who's come in from Watford on a loan deal. We all thought it was a GSB cheap and cheerful signing, and he's proved a lot of people wrong. Do I think Craig Dawson's the answer for next season? No, but he's a good backup to have, and his experience might be key in games where we need bodies. Right, we need bodies at the club. So he's been good. Souček, first full season. Another top class player, in my opinion. So yeah, like he's done great. He's done great. Like, they've all done great in their own rights. Do you know what I mean? And even like Jared Bowen, it's his first full season at the club, and he's done like pretty well considering. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, to say that we're going to be in the Europa League on a Thursday night now is amazing. It's an amazing feeling, and this could springboard the club into a next level that we all want to see. We've been asking for this for a long time as fans, and we've got European football that I think is right for us. Champions League, I would have loved it. Love to see Barcelona, Real Madrid, etc. But realistically, Europa League is where we want to be. That's the level that we should be aiming for. Conference League, it's a third tier European competition for a reason, and it now goes to the owners to spend the money at the end of the day and spend the money well, right, for the manager to get the players in to push us to the next level. You've only got to look at Leicester. 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago, they were fighting relegation. They survived on the last day, and the following year they win the Premier League. And ever since then, they've been a top 6 team, top 6, top 17. They've never slipped out. They've never derailed. Yes, they've bottled the Champions League a few times, but they haven't got the financial backing of some of the big hitters, like of the traditional top 6. So yeah, like at the end of the day, for me, I just think like we've got to make sure that we progress. Do you know what I mean? Mark Brown, I'm really hoping Lingard signs, but it won't be a disaster if not. Disaster is based on early form, but we now see exactly what we are getting. If he wasn't inconsistent, he would never have arrived on loan. I agree, mate. I do. The only thing I will say about it, if we do sign Lingard, I think he attracts other players to the club. Right, and I do mean that. I think he attracts players who are sitting in clubs where they're not getting games and who could come to us, like a Rufus Loftus-Cheek, for instance, or a Ross Barkley, or so-called other players who are in clubs basically where, let's be honest, they're not featuring and they're just there for the paycheck. But to sort of round it up, it was a great win today from the boys. The boys done absolutely amazing. I can't fault their efforts today. It wasn't a great first 30, but the next 60 was top draw, and they was a top draw. Ironically, Mr. Fornells has to come up and score a brace when I've been into him for the last few weeks, but that's the Fornells I want to see. He's been here 3 years, and that's the Fornells that I want to see arriving late into the box and getting onto things and scoring goals and not keep falling over at every attempt. But yeah, just to sort of round it up, it's been a great season. I'm proud of this club at the minute. I'm proud of the manager. I'm proud of the players and all. And we've got a good bunch of lads there that are all on the same wavelength. So to sort of end it, next season is going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be nerve-wracking, and it's going to be emotional, right? Because we're in European football, and we want to see how far we can go, right? Do you know what I mean? If not win it. So yeah, and yeah. Finally, I just want to thank everyone who's been watching. I'm going to be doing all the player ratings shows up till Friday, and then I am done for the summer. I really do appreciate it. You watching what I'm putting out. It goes a long way. It helps the channel, and if it helps the channel, then it's all good. And yeah, like just thanks for watching. Basically, I can't. It's been a hard 12 months. Like we've seen lockdowns, we've seen reopenings, we've seen part openings, and we haven't. Sometimes we haven't even been able to go out of our front door. Do you know what I mean? For any reason. Right, just to go for a walk. So hopefully in 12 months' time we'll be here again and looking at even better things, like even better season than we've had this year. And yeah, I'm going to keep this short, sweet, and that's it really. So I just want to say thank you very much to everyone who's watched, everyone who's subscribed, everyone who's commented, everyone who's been on the channels with me, either as a guest, as a co-host, like everyone really. Do you know what I mean? I've got loads of names, got too many names to mention, but just check out all the ratings this week. I've got loads of people coming on, different backgrounds. I've got Hammers Chat, Charlie. I've got Jazz from West Ham Fan TV, etc. And yeah, they're all West Ham fans. They've all got opinions, and that's what I like to see. I like to hear different opinions, and if they've got an opinion, I want to hear it on players. So yeah, so I'm going to end this right now. Thanks for watching. Take care. Be safe, and enjoy the summer. Trust me, I'm so proud of this club at the minute. I really am. Take care, all. Stay safe.